All right. What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of After Sheldon. I'm Andy Haynes. This is young Sheldon. We are back with more After Sheldon. Did you guys just watch the episode? How crazy was that? Young Sheldon almost died. Like, they're just really ramping it up right away. He's in school. He's almost dying. He's having the kind of metaphysical crisis. It's awesome. Existential is probably... Young Sheldon would know the word for that. I don't. Real quick, I just want to talk about all the... I'm getting a lot of tweets about how people are telling me, oh, Andy, you're stupid. It's the Big Bang Theory spinoff. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know what it is, and that's just like, why would they do that? Is there, like, that's never been done before? It would be a dumb idea. Was there a Younger Years? Was there a master's student, Fraser Crane? You know, like, that's not how TV works. We don't go back in time, we go forward, okay? There'd be a flashback on a show maybe, but they're not gonna, a whole spinoff. Young Sheldon's the show, okay? So whatever your guys' joke that you're playing, I don't know if this is something you guys are doing with like a bunch of, jerks, maybe some people I went to high school with that I bullied or something, but this is my show, and if you guys try to ruin it, you're being mean, okay? And I apologized at the reunion. All right, cool, let's get into it. Whew, how fun was that though? We saw him go see a therapist, and he just, he worked through that, because Sheldon he's learning how to be a young adult. And we're gonna learn some stuff today with our guest, who is an old friend of mine. I actually knew him when he was kind of the young Sheldon of the DC stand-up scene. So let's get him out here, you guys. Big round of applause. Please welcome Brandon Wardell. How about that? Hey, what's up, Brandon?
Andy.
Thanks for showing up. Get your mic on?
Yes. It's pretty crazy how People magazine named young Sheldon the sexiest man alive.
It's weird that they aged him like that too.
It's fucked up.
I actually wanted to talk about that because I thought that was right. That was like.
Wait,
young Sheldon.
You think young Sheldon's the sexiest man alive?
Well, I think young Sheldon, when he is an adult, will probably, just because it's like
theoretically, if we were to know what he looks like as an adult,
it's like a house.
We don't.
It's like a House MD thing. But I saw it. I was like, oh, that looks like I think young Sheldon, he'll probably go and he'll be like a scientist on some kind of like remote, like Antarctic kind of thing, and he'll have like a salt and pepper beard like that. He'll look like rugged and just like a tough guy. He'll be like one of those, how like there's not a lot of times somebody that's smart and also attractive. It's like you kind of get one or the other.
Right.
I think young Sheldon's going to be the exception to that. I think when he grows up, he'll probably be a total lady killer. And I mean in the the parlance, not like he's not going to kill anybody.
He
might kill some bad guys.
Just a straight dude.
Like straight as in hetero?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because it's like right now we're learning that sexuality is pretty fluid. So like, who knows what comes down the road.
How fluid does it get on the show?
I mean, they haven't brought it up a lot. There was a penis joke today.
What was the penis joke?
He said that he almost died. And then the teacher was kind of like, "What? How'd it happen?" And he goes, "I choked on a sausage." And then everybody in
young
the class,
Sheldon?
and then everybody in the class was like cracking up. And then one kid was like, "How big?" But young Sheldon's like so above that. He's like such a literalist.
Right.
He was like about this big, and everybody like started cracking up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
I like that. I like that a lot.
Let's talk about this real quick. You told me that Jack Wagner and Janice Griffith were going to come on the show.
Right.
And so I planned for that.
Well, this is, you just sort of, I don't know. Well, you wanted me to get John Mayer on.
Yeah, I did.
Which
you said you guys were friends.
He's in Montana.
Okay, and so you came back with.
And then I was like, I think we can get Jack in there. Janice was you. That was.
Yeah, but your
you
girlfriend is taking naughty photos with her. You know what I'm talking about. And I was like, and also, you know, like I'm probably your best friend in the world, so I'd think that you would tell me.
I'd say, I think that's fair.
I'm probably, do you think I'm better friends than you are with Chrissy? Nah, probably not.
I mean, but you've done.
I've never seen your dick.
I thought you have. Have you not seen my dick?
No.
I thought you
saw. Well.
I mean, yeah, like.
I'm pretty pissed about it.
You've seen the outline of my dick.
For sure. I've also seen you
cry. Because I remember, yeah.
Have I seen you
one time
cry in front of Chrissy, or is that too beta?
No, crying in front of your girlfriend is alpha.
Is it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you've seen the outline of my dick. When I stayed at your apartment, like.
Oh yeah, when you were like 17.
After I graduated high school, yeah. It was in between
17?
high school and. I was freshly 18.
Yeah, man, you were like
it was
young
like
Sheldon.
Walking around in my underwear.
You didn't get it. It's okay. In no way did I ever think that you were, at that point in my life, if you told me that 8 years from then, that you were going to be dominating me in a comedic, financial life kind of way, I would have laughed so hard. Because you were like an autistic kid showing me little bee videos just all day long. And now,
it was a lot of little bee
you're
videos.
Rap game young Sheldon. Well, comedy game? This is getting awkward.
Sheldon game.
Did you watch the episode?
No.
That's
I haven't
great.
seen
Have you seen any of it?
No. I know.
What have you been up to?
Well, I got home today from a flight. I was out of town.
From what?
I was in New York. I had a show over there. I should have watched it, I know.
But what were you in New York for?
I was there for like a stand-up show.
Was it a special stand-up show where you do like working like a weekend?
It was like a show, the New York Comedy Festival.
The New York Comedy Festival was this weekend?
Yeah.
I submitted to that. Like, all right, anyways.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, our one and only guest is Brandon Wardell. We were supposed to have his podcast co-host, Jack Wagner, but Brandon told me he was going to handle that. And then last night I asked Jack to confirm that he was going to be here today. And he told me he hadn't heard anything about it and that he couldn't make it. So please welcome Snapchat comedian Brandon Wardell.
Andy.
That's pretty funny. I don't write these. So.
You wrote that.
No.
You wrote that, Andy.
I didn't write that.
You wrote on my Snapchat show.
And I was proud of it. I got an IMDb credit for it. I did. I really did.
I'm trying to erase it. I'm
you are?
to get it erased.
Hot takes? That's one of my only credits. Brand is amazing. How do you manage to satisfy college sophomores too dumb to get at drill and middle-aged media executives desperate to stay relevant at the same time?
Thank you.
Brandon, you act as if you're hyper plugged into pop culture, yet you didn't think to do an after show about young Sheldon, the most popular thing in culture right now. Perhaps you're not smart enough to get the science jokes? Asshole.
Was that on there?
Yeah. I source these. There's like a Bitcoin kind of farm in Sri Lanka, but you can also get them to do copywriting for like $5 a day because it's like super
So they
cheap.
wrote this?
Well, I kind of sent them some like...
These Sri Lankans?
I sent them a couple episodes of Between Two Ferns, and then I sent them your Twitter and then just things I'd like to call you. Brandon, when I told people you were going to be on the show, I received allegations that you have a little ass dick that don't work. Is that true, or are you calling these men and women liars?
I mean, this little ass dick was in your mouth. So, do you want to confirm that, Andy?
Man.
Do you want to confirm allegations that my little ass dick was in your mouth?
Brandon, how does it feel to be despised by the fan bases of so many different podcasts?
I love it. I love checking subreddits. That's a really good one.
The sheriff of sucking you off tweet is one of the most popular characters. Why did you base the sheriff on yourself? That just one doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna fucking fire these people. I'm gonna go with a different. This is so stupid. All right, we're gonna get into fan mail. I'm sorry, everybody. Brandon really we had like a whole show planned around Brandon's weird friends, and then they didn't show up. So this is what you get. Let's go to fan mail. You ready?
Yeah.
We got a lot of fans, and they're writing to us. Hi, Andy. I hope this letter finds you well. My name is Candace Morrison, and I'm writing you on behalf of my son, Edgar. He is a huge fan of your show, and although I've never seen it, and frankly don't care for the crass humor, I wanted to write you and ask you a favor. Edgar has become very ill recently, and I was hoping you could say a kind word to him on the show. Maybe just like, hey, Edgar, I hope you get well soon. I know it would mean the world to him, and I'm sure all the other boys in his ward get a kick out of it too. They sure love you at the prison hospital. Thanks in advance, Candace, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Okay, so
how do they get access?
I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure what's going on with Jash. They said that they were going to put me on one of their streaming services, and it apparently is only going to prisons because that's the only fan mail we get. And I keep on saying that that's not the kind of show I run, that this is it's a kid-friendly show.
Right.
And they keep on showing it, and then that's the only mail we've gotten this whole time. Like, it's almost like sometimes I look at the views, especially the Patreon, and it's like, it seems like the only people that watch the show don't know what a donation is or how to not fight people for cigarettes or whatever you criminals do. But seriously, hey Edgar, I hope you get well soon.
Don't talk down on your fan base.
I know. Andy,
they're writing you mail.
Can you you've already done enough today. How is it cold was it cold in New York?
Yeah, it's probably too hot in this studio for me to be wearing this.
Where's that jacket from?
I bought it from like a very well-dressed Japanese man in Bed-Stuy.
Really?
Yeah.
Andy, I see a lot of myself in young Sheldon. Do you think he will also end up as a convicted felon with multiple counts of grand larceny and aggravated assault? If so, do you think he could handle life in the joint? Thanks, Ralph McClospin, Dr. Eddie Warrior Correctional Center, Taft, Oklahoma. I don't think young Sheldon's gonna go to prison because he's a smart kid. And if he does go to prison, it'll be like one of those things where the government is framing him for being too smart, like the scientist in that one season of The Americans.
Do you think he's breaking out?
Probably. All right, this is not going well. Do you want to chime in at all?
I've been, whenever I chime in, you scold me, Andy.
I'm upset and I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah, okay, well, do you want me to,
Just, if you could be kind of helpful. I know that everything's rocking and rolling for you. I know that you just get, like Cheeto Lay is like, hey, Brandon, do you want to do a fucking web series for $500,000? And then I'm like, hey, could I write for a Spanish children's television show? And nobody. All right. Hey, Andy, it's kind of weird how all your fan mail comes from prisoners. I agree. You think with a show this good, you'd get a few more normal, non-arrested fans sending in letters. Super strange. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for being so cool and suggest a possible topic. What's up with Sheldon's teeth? They're kind of busted, right? Do you think he'll get braces or find a way to outsmart crooked teeth? I feel like either way could make for great television. Thanks, Jeb Parchmont, Randall L. Williams Correctional Center, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Okay, Jeb, doesn't sound like you have any room to talk about teeth, because I'm guessing a Jeb hasn't had braces ever, or probably a family. You probably grew up in a. But I do think that Sheldon probably will get his teeth fixed eventually, just because it's the '80s and braces weren't really a thing then. He'll probably start with.
Are his teeth fucked up on the show?
Well, that's me.
Can we pull up a. Do we have visual aids?
If one of the producers finds a picture of Sheldon's teeth, could we bring them up on the screen? If not, we're gonna go to a break.
People who watch this call it visual aids.
Really?
Is that a visual aids?
You guys, if you're watching, we're just waiting for something, so please hang in there.
I want to see.
And don't go anywhere. And also, if you guys could help out with the Patreon, I have been paying my rent with a credit card. So. Are we on break? This is. Seriously. Are we doing this again? And that's the part right there. That's the part. Like this. That's what I hate. Because I'm like okay with like kind of the peaks, but this part, when it gets wet, pathetic looking.
Well, somebody at Jash, they can fix it.
You'd think.
Yeah.
You'd think that they could do anything around here at Jash. You'd think that they could maybe get fan mail from a human and not a person that can't vote. And maybe that should be our criteria for this. People that could vote someday, Maybe even kids. Sorry to yell. But yeah, that's why I take the pills. And honestly, it's kind of a bummer because I can't. Yeah.
Would it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, welcome back. This is After Sheldon, and I'm Andy Haynes. And today's guest is Brandon Wardell, if you're just checking in. Brandon's, he's famous for Dicks Out for Harambe, the Sucking You Off Sheriff. What else? What else did you do? What else did you do, man? Oh, Netflix and Chill, which is a very popular sweatshirt now. You came up with that. And hold on, what else?
Numa. The Crazy Frog dance.
What's that?
Like, and then it's like the frogs dancing around. Oh. I wrote Gangnam Style.
Really?
Yeah. And Gentleman.
All right, well, we couldn't get, and I should say Jash couldn't get a directional mic, but me and Brandon are big fans of ASMR, which I meant to look up what that means. Do you know what it means?
Audio sensory
medium receptor? Yeah. And so we're gonna just do some ASMR. So if you guys just want to
switch to headphones, you can only. This is all.
You have to switch to headphones, but it's gonna be better. And which camera am I the closest in on? That one? Okay. And I just want to say that ASMR Darling, the YouTube star, if you are watching this, we could hang out. I mean, I think just to be friends, I think maybe you're moving to LA, and I'm very single. I don't know if you can tell. Anyways, let's start. Hey, what's up, guys?
Did you see that new episode of Young Sheldon?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear us?
I gotta take a quick little sip of Joe.
Are you relaxed? Wow. All right, yeah, just because I want you to be in shot.
Okay,
All right,
but
let's do an ASMR after show.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
ASMR Sheldon.
we're not going to do a role play of haircut because we don't have the right things. So I'm going to do.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to After Sheldon. My name is Andy Haynes, and I'm so excited that you guys could be here.
I'm closing my eyes so I can also enjoy it while I'm.
My guest today is Brandon Wardell. He's a Twitter comedian and stand-up comedian.
Thank you.
And he was on an episode of What Would Diplo Do?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of that.
Everybody please give it up for Brandon Wardell.
Hi, hello, thank you. It's great to be here, Andy.
Can anybody hear this? Can you hear it? They can hear it. Okay, good.
We're whispering directly into the microphone.
Wow. So Brandon, what have you been up to?
Viewers with headphones are really gonna.
What have you been up to?
It's stand up.
You just got back from New York. How was the weather?
It was cold.
Did you eat some pizza pie?
It was really chilly. It was really chilly in New York City.
Did you go to a Mets game?
I didn't go to a Mets game.
What about an Islanders game?
Or eat a New York slice. A paisano. I'm walking here.
I feel like we should probably stop doing this.
No, I think this is really good.
You think it's good?
No, I think this is really good.
Okay, they're telling us to move on.
This is let me.
No, people are getting mad in the comments. Oh yeah, that's good. Get your mic here. All right. Thank you guys. I'm sorry if that was so abrupt. If you were listening to that, nap time is over. Brandon, so what did you think about today's episode?
I honestly, I think they should have been more supportive of the ASMR bit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree too. But they are the people who. I mean, I guess I don't know why they call the shots because I rent this spot out for them. So.
Yeah, you're like spending a lot of money.
Yes, I am.
Studio space,
which nobody is supporting. Like, not a single one person has donated to the Patreon. If you see the Patreon and you if you could respond to me, tell me why you don't like it. It's the price of one latte. One pumpkin spice latte could change a very depressed 35-year-old man's life if 100 of you guys got behind it.
Please donate to the Patreon.
Thank you, Brandon.
There's people that are like asking you to give them money.
Probably.
No, but seriously, guys, please donate to the Patreon. Can we throw up the Patreon like under me right now?
A lower third?
Yeah. Can we do a lower third?
I don't think we can.
Lower third Patreon.
It's like it's a link, and you can't put a lower third link in a live video.
Wait, but
they do that. Technology.
They do that for like getting Doug with high.
Hey, remember you were talking about doing some stand-up in ASMR? Do you want to tell a joke?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, folks. So it's a real weird time to be a sex pervert right now.
Yeah.
Folks, it's a weird time to be a sex pervert, but I think it's an even weirder time to be a DJ. Like, because a lot of these sex perverts, they're making great music, and you can't play it in the club, or else it's weird. Because I was at this club, and this DJ, he plays an R. Kelly song. And I was like, oh, weird move. And then he plays a Nelly song, and I was like, oh, this is a weird time to be playing a Nelly song. And then right after that, he played a full Woody Allen album. Thank you.
Was that good?
Yeah, that's like I wrote that.
How'd that
last
go?
week.
Like, was it received well?
It was received well.
I have a joke about that. What's the difference? Wait. I'm not gonna do that.
No, please do it.
I was thinking that I don't know why I'm still doing ASMR.
No, please do it.
I feel like we're gonna lose all our.
Please do it. Please do it. Please do it.
Right. Oh, okay. One thing I was thinking about with the with all the sexual harassment stuff is what's the point of being rich and famous if you can't be a horrible person? It's like being nice is like, I can't see. This is off brand.
No,
this
I want to hear.
No, I
the
don't want to do the rest of it.
I want to hear the rest of it.
Some of the family viewers that we have on this show.
I want to hear the rest of the bit.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Oh, this is the part where I was going to passive aggressively introduce our second guest. How about we give it up for Jack Wagner?
Yeah, Jack.
He's not here. Can you talk at a regular volume now?
Okay.
Thanks. Do you want to bring the dog in? Can you
Yeah,
get the dog?
where's Ava?
I wish it was Ava, AVA, Ava. Thank you. Can you give it to Brandon?
Oh my
So
goodness.
maybe he'll participate. Thank you, Ava.
Hi,
Hey, I had an idea. Is that dog in the WAG union? Do you guys get it? Okay. Wow. All right. Well, let me think about. Do we have any visual aids to throw up for the next?
MoveOn.org.
Can you contribute a little bit?
Resistance. MoveOn.org.
We don't take a political stance in this show. Here, I'll take it. Thanks. Oh, move on, Andy. Cool. We'll move on to the next thing. Did we get any of the visual aids up that we were going to talk about? They're not working. Great. So Brandon's my guest. He's probably high on edibles or something that Dave Chappelle thinks is cool. And then I don't have anybody else to support me. The dog won't even stay on the couch. And he didn't watch the episode. I barely could watch the episode because the internet here is, I think it's like it's like a phone. It's like literally, it's like, what's the next thing?
Whoa.
Whoa, what's this?
10 months ago.
What's this from? Pull it back. Another unfunny female comic. Oh, I asked them to get some comments from your YouTube page. So.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen this?
No. What is this? What video is this from?
Fractured flashbacks? Oh, maybe that's the.
Yeah.
Do we have another one? All right, just stop this because you guys didn't even format them the right size. This is a complete failure. I have a lack of confidence in basically everybody in my life. And this is why when they say, Andy, why are you moving to Mammoth? And I say, because of this type of shit. Because this is what I get. I put my heart and soul into the show, and this is the result. And you, my friend, who works for Converse now, yeah, Converse. Anyways. Oh.
What's this from? I want to see
Brandon
the full comment.
cry at a gig, therefore. They misspelled therefore, so you shouldn't feel too offended. Are we on a break yet? Are we on a break? So all the people are just seeing this. Do you want to plug anything while we're in dead air?
Is this... Wait, plug anything during the break?
No, because whatever dumbass out there on the control board can't. Okay. All right, are we back?
We're back.
Let's see what the comments have to say. Let's engage with the viewers. Right now it's saying we'll be oh, there we are. Man, is that what I look like? Jesus Christ. All right, you guys, we're back. Let's get in. Jake Fogelnest, let me ask up top. If I agree to be a guest on this show, do I have to go all the way to Culver City? Yeah, Jake. Because that's where the studio is. You're a showrunner. Why would you ask a question like that? Do you have to go to a Warner Brothers lot to see a taping of 2.5 Men? Yeah, I think so, because that's where they film it. Welcome to show business, Jake. Ryan Joseph, I'm going to be having an After Sheldon show with Ryan Joseph in the cake session of Ralph's at Hollywood and Western, going live at 7:30. No, you're not, because this is the fucking after show, all right? And we are the only official after show, and if you do that shit, I'm going to Hollywood and Western, and I'm gonna find you in the cake section? Like there's a fucking section. I almost can't believe I'm watching again, but this is the type of train wreck. Oh, okay, like your fucking cake show is gonna be good. Extina V. Crow. I can't stop it rubbing my own eye. It's so uncomfortable to watch. Why would you rub your eye? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's a thing a dumb person would do. Change the fucking channel. He was gonna channel Christian Bale there in a second. Oh, that was about me. Are we not enough for you? No. Is it a glass eye maybe? What the fuck does that mean, Christina?
Glass eye?
She's talking about rubbing her eyes. I don't like this lady. Kevin Squeeby DB. Okay, I like this guy.
Okay.
Never seen it. Sup. Meltdown? Chris and Mac, I'll show you a fucking meltdown at Meltdown Comics. This sucks. All right. Here.
Really a good joke for LA.
You don't think people watch
In
the
the
Meltdown?
Midwest? I
Yeah.
guess, you know.
You were on it, right?
I was on it.
Do you think Kumail and Emily ever put me on that show? Even though I did their show like 100 times?
On the TV show.
Yeah. Weren't you on it?
Yeah.
They wouldn't put me on. You know why? Because I'm not likable enough in a social setting. Because I'm not good at socializing. They invite you to the Standard and they're like, oh, we're making the Big Sick. Do you want to audition for Cancer? Here, take this.
What's this?
They won't even return my fucking text messages now.
What is
Hi,
this?
guys.
What is this? What
Hey,
did you...
it's Andy. I have a writer, a guy who is a promising young screenwriter. Well, a couple people have submitted it, but this is one of the. Some people have been writing fan fiction because they're so excited. So I'll play all the characters.
You wrote this.
No, I didn't.
Andy, you wrote this.
I didn't write it, but I want to get back to one more thing about the Meltdown show. Is I had a really solid tape. Like I had good jokes.
You submitted a tape for it?
And if the Conan Booker is watching, if the Kimmel Booker is watching, if any of them are watching, I have good tapes. And just because I'm like the patriarchy and whatever, I still deserve a chance.
You guys can also just like pause this and
No,
watch
you can't.
Andy's Conan.
Yeah, from 5 years ago. Even though I've been kicking my own ass to bring you guys the goods. Come to the Comedy Store. Who's going up? This guy, who's crushing with great crowd work and... Did you know I have to get a real job? I have to get a real job.
What are you doing?
Like, I'm gonna fucking hopefully work at this office for like it's like a landscaping company, and they have a sales division, and there's a call center in Torrance. But if I work there for 90 days, I get health insurance. So.
That's big.
Yeah.
Health insurance.
All right. Interior. Oh, and by the way, this was written by Sam Sawyer. And he is a promising young television writer in the LA area that for some reason likes to say "yeah, bitch" a lot to me. And Oh, I just got a spot at the Comedy Store. That's pretty cool.
Oh, this is adult Sheldon. Why are we pulling up adult Sheldon's teeth? I want to see young Sheldon's teeth. All said that young Sheldon has fucked up teeth. They were talking about adult Sheldon.
I don't like this at all.
And adult Sheldon's teeth aren't even that fucked up.
All right, let's just do this. Thank you, Sam, for submitting. Please stop calling me bitch on the forum, all right?
What forum?
Interior, Haha's Comedy Barn, nighttime. Brandon Wardell, 25, stands on stage to silence.
Okay. What is?
Everyone can see
like
that he doesn't work out at all, and he's wearing a backpack on stage, which is undignified.
I haven't done that in years. I haven't done that.
This guy's seen Brandon.
I have not done that in a very.
It's your line.
I haven't done that in years.
That's fine. Whatever. This is fan fiction. I didn't make this up. Can you please
what
just
the
do
hell?
your part? Just do your part.
Okay,
You're everybody but young Sheldon and me.
All right, Brandon Wardell. So I look like what a Japanese businessman jerks off to.
Audience member. That sounds like an Andy Haynes joke. You're worse than Dane Cook. The rest of the audience boos.
It's time for your headliner, Andy Haynes.
The crowd jumps to their feet with a deafening applause, stomping on the ground because they're so pumped. Andy Haynes, 35, walks out onto stage in front of a packed house of people who came out to see him. He ignores Brandon's clammy, outstretched hand.
This is very unrealistic, Andy. This is... You...
Come on.
You wrote this. This is...
He wears a tuxedo. Young Sheldon's dad, fat, 45, drinking big beer and loving it, sits in the front row. Andy is getting $5,000 for the weekend. You guys ever notice that Frankenstein wears a blazer? What you dressing up for, Frankenstein? The crowd shrieks with laughter. They are so happy to see Andy. Andy, anyways, folks, what's up with these? Hot Pockets! Young Sheldon's dad. Hey, I like Hot Pockets. They go great with beer. You should be young Sheldon's dad because he's unlikable.
So is my
young Sheldon's dad.
Brandon is not in this anymore.
He's done. Yeah, he's done now.
He opened and bombed.
Yeah, at the Comedy Barn. It looks like Haha's Comedy Barn. He probably got kicked out of there, and he's not allowed to play there anymore because he just reads off his Twitter drafts. Go.
Hey, I like Hot Pockets. They go great with beer.
Andy looks at young Sheldon's dad with pity. That's sad and poor.
Whatever. Kiss my grits.
That's rude. You drink too much beer. You're gonna have a heart attack and let your son down.
Young Sheldon's dad crying. You've seen right to my core.
He runs out of the comedy club screaming and crying because he's sad. That was corny. The audience is laughing so hard that they're screaming and vomiting. Exterior Comedy Club, a little later. Andy walks outside with 2 insanely hot dimes on his arm, but he respects them because they're also intelligent. He looks over and sees Sheldon's dad screaming and crying on the sidewalk. Ladies, I'm sorry to let you down. Go back to your PhDs. I've got to deal with something. The ladies do as they want to do, not told. Who would write that? Young Sheldon's dad looks up.
No, please, have mercy on me.
I'm not going to kick your ass.
You could. You work out, and I'm just a dumbass beer addict.
That's all true, but I'm not going to demolish your ass even though you heckled my great show, because you are the dad to an amazing son. I read in the local paper that young Sheldon won the science fair.
Even though he's only 9.
I know, it's insane.
Thank you. You're my hero. I have a favor to ask you. By the way, if you want to talk about calves, Andrew.
Anything? Keep going.
Move in with us. Be a member of the family. Young Sheldon needs you. We all could use some stability.
I'll do it for young Sheldon. Young Sheldon's dad screams and cries more and buries his face in Andy's shoulder, but not because he's sad this time. It's because he's so moved that Andy is moving in with his family to provide stability. Interior, young Sheldon's house the next day. The whole Cooper family sits at the dinner table. Young Sheldon, 9, but in high school and a genius. Young Sheldon's mom, 40s. Really pretty, and she loves Sheldon and is nice to him. Young Sheldon's sister, 9, who has such a foul mouth. Young Sheldon's older brother, 13, who is a jackass who isn't nice to Sheldon and is embarrassed by him, which is super fucked up because he's not even that good at sports. And young Sheldon's dad, 40s, fat, addicted to beer, whom already knows is a bastard. All right, you're young Sheldon's mom.
Let's all say grace.
God is fake, but I love you, so I'll be nice. It's mitten time.
Can I have a beer with dinner?
No, you can't.
But I love my suds.
I'm providing stability now.
You're right.
Hello, everyone. And then it cuts to young Sheldon. Television's Andy Haynes. I've seen your stand-up on the Johnny Carson show because it's the 80s. Your comedy is viscerally funny yet profoundly cerebral. The whole family nods. Young Sheldon takes off his mittens. Everyone gasps. He reaches out to shake Andy's bare hand. Instead, Andy gives young Sheldon a big hug. Hung? Everyone cries.
Yo, wait.
Hey, just let it go. Because this is so moving.
Excuse me?
Your line.
Young Sheldon gave you a big hug?
I just misspoke.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a Freud. You want to fuck young Sheldon?
Dude, that's, okay.
Which
Reverse,
yeah.
okay? No, not at all, okay? That's messed up. As a survivor of
cops
sexual
are outside.
abuse. Not funny. Turn it off.
Which part are we at?
You're at young Sheldon's dad. It's your line.
Andy lives with us now.
I'm such
a fuck up who's always got one eye on a can of beer, making this household a mess. Andy is here to bring stability and dignity. He's part of the family now. Andy, I love you, son.
Thanks, Dad. I've always wanted a big brother who wasn't a rude piece of shit.
A big, strong son who can reach the highest shelves. What a wonderful blessing from God, who's real and I'm obsessed with.
We love you so much, Andy. All right, I think we're not going to make it to the last page.
No, let's make it to the last
All right,
page.
fine. It's just all, it's embarrassing because I don't write this stuff. So it's like weird, Because it's like my fans, they just
Yeah,
they dote
your
after me.
fans, right.
You think that they could dote $5 to the Patreon. Even though, this is you.
Even though I'm
hold on. Andy demonstrates for it's in the backyard the next day. Andy demonstrates for young Sheldon and young Sheldon's dad how to throw baseball wicked fucking fast. Kid.
Even though I'm a football coach, I didn't know how to throw a baseball good like that. Thanks, Dad. Whoa, Dad, but it felt so right.
If it feels good, do it.
That's a good motto, Dad. Nobel Science winner Sheldon Haynes.
Yep. Keep going. Oh wait, you read my line. That's
Oh,
okay,
whoops.
whatever.
You're 10 years younger than me, yet with my beer behavior, I'm basically a teenager, emotionally speaking.
Kind of in real life too, though.
Teaching these boys a thing or two about throwing a fastball, babe?
She kisses Andy on the cheek and slides her hand into his back pocket. Yes, mommy. An ascending drone shot of the new family. It goes at least 3,000 feet into the sky. It's fucking badass. Wow, that's crazy. Anybody ever written a story like that for you?
No, I guess not.
You guys, I said to turn this shit off. All right, well, that's the show. Do you want to plug anything?
My podcast, yeah, but still is out. You can listen to it.
Is it still doing well?
It's going well.
What do you guys talk about?
Just,
Just bullshit?
Sure.
You guys talk about anything important?
No.
That's weird, because I had Lindy West on my podcast, and we can't even get $5.
You should have Lindy West on this.
She doesn't want to do it. She's my friend, and she said she doesn't like you. Sponsors to thank. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Goliath Athletics, FX's Louie on DVD, Keurig Coffee Makers, Remington Handguns, CDBaby.com, The Sean Hannity Show, TMZ, AdamandEve.com, Koryo Airlines, Watashi wa Andy Des, Hobby Lobby, the Joe the Joe Arpaio Legal Defense Fund. Thanks for being on the show, Brandon.
Thanks, dude.
And so you guys, we're going to do a special episode of the show from my home in Seattle for Thanksgiving. My family will be the guest, and they'll actually show up because they have to, because it's Thanksgiving. But thank you for nothing, Brandon, and tell Janice and Jack I said hi. Thanks, everybody. It's fucking bullshit.